was typing to me about an email, or not an email, about a voicemail apparently that Natalie had. Well, I haven't heard it. Her voicemail wasn't set up well, it was set up. It just was full. There's no point in trying to leave a voicemail on it. You can't. It's full. So, after Virginia, I didn't try calling her number. Matter of fact, I went to everybody but Natalie, especially since the rumors that I was specifically dealing with in Boulder, they specifically came from Maddie Boa. This is a friend of Victor King's, which makes it complicated to get him to fucking speak up. Of course, he's also living a real cush life. You know, he went from being homeless in Boulder, Colorado, to being rewarded insanely for stealing a computer that the police tried to blame me for. At least Vic fessed up. But the situation with Maddie Boa, the situation with that whole situation, the fact that nobody fucking cared before Natalie died, and then after she died, well, they wanted to fucking hide the fact that they didn't care before she died, and that is ultimately what resulted in her death. Homeless people, especially homeless males, are at the top of the list of being victimized, the very top. That is nationwide. It is not just the general public. It is also police. I mean, you guys can go ahead and try pretending that's not the way it is. You can try pretending that we're all a bunch of druggies. People's excuses for preventing me from being heard and from showing evidence was that I'm a druggie who's mentally ill. Well, you know what? I'm not a druggie. Natalie absolutely was. By her own admission. Same thing with Rochelle Shelley Campbell. Same thing with Danica Garner. Same thing with Ted fucking Bollinger. Now, Ted Bollinger, he's been actually threatening to kill people for quite a while. He wants to go kill Joseph Michael Lopez, of course, but he also wants to kill Joey Moreno. You know what? Natalie never said anything to me about Joey Moreno. She never said word one about him. Ever. I didn't know he fucking existed. Now, of course, there's the evidence that shows that Tim Beeson tried pretending that he was not the one that was dating Natalie, threatening to blow his fucking head off, stealing her fucking dog and all that shit. He wanted to pretend that was not him. That was Joey Moreno. No, the fuck it wasn't. No, the fuck it wasn't. But you guys want to listen to Mike Boudet. And what does Mike Boudet do? Well, he's got a hatred for women, and he's got a hatred for homeless people, and a hatred for disabled people. And he goes out of his way to make victims out to be the bad guys. And you guys are fine with this. No, this is illegal as fuck. It's illegal as fuck for them to slander my name, to lie repeatedly, especially in court, especially to the public. That made me a target for long-term fucking abuse, and I'd already had enough. But my so-called friends, unlike these web wingnuts who spend all their goddamn time on the internet making up fucking fake profiles over and over to fucking harass me since well before Natalie was fucking killed. And you guys just pretend this shit doesn't happen. You just pretend that the evidence isn't there. You just pretend I'm talking out my ass. And I got all these people typing shit to me saying, oh, Sean, there's so many people supporting you. There's so many people that know you got a raw deal. Are they fucking speaking up? Are they protesting? Do I go to Pride because I'm gay? No, I'm not gay. I've been made fun of my whole life for being gay. I've been beaten up for being gay. I've been through absolutely hell for being gay, and I've never been gay. So I guess they got a full event this weekend, and tomorrow there's supposed to be like the actual event. And yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take my phone. I'm gonna record that shit. I'm gonna fucking have a blast. And although I don't have a dress to wear, you know what? It don't matter. I don't have to wear a dress to show my fucking support. I don't have to be gay to show my support. I don't have to be a lesbian to show my support. It's not necessary. Now, the reason for doing such a thing is because, well, it's quite outlandish. It does bring absolute attention. It gets people to look. Before you can fight your cause, you have to get people to look at it. In order to fight your cause in court and fight your cause in the media, people have to care enough to speak out. And they're just simply not. People want to argue in these Facebook groups, but they don't want to put any pressure on the cops to actually fucking do their goddamn jobs, especially when it comes to the homeless. You don't pressure the cops to do their jobs when it comes to the homeless. What you pressure the cops to do is to victimize the fuck out of the homeless, and that's exactly what they do. You know why? Because the fucking neo-Nazi bitches who want to fucking complain about every goddamn thing we do, including just walking down the fucking street. That's right, folks. You can get harassed, arrested, and fucking beaten by Boulder police, literally just for walking down the street, if you're a homeless person. Now, you guys who want to pretend like Boulder County is racist, well, you know what? There may be racist individuals, but even those individuals go out of their way to not be racist because of the image that Boulder County is supposed to hold. You take a look at Victor King. Victor King is super black. I mean, he's dark, like dark. He's buying a house in Boulder, Colorado. We're talking about a place where the average cost of a house is almost $3 million. And Victor King, just a decade ago, what was he doing? He was homeless and selling meth in Boulder, Colorado. How does he know? Matty Boa? It's a no-brainer. Matty Boa's friends with him. A lot of people are friends with Matty Boa. And of course, she gets to that area. She gets to slander the fuck out of my name. She gets to pull out just little bits and pieces that she wants to show. And I can't be there to show my side. I gotta deal with fucking junkies like Frankie who get a free fucking ride for being an alcoholic. I gotta deal with junkies like Christina Buhit who gets a free ride for being a fucking junkie. Yeah, you can go ahead and pray on your free ride. Where's Christine Buhit now? She's dead as a fucking doornail. Where's Natalie Bollinger now? Dead as a fucking doornail. Where's Rayanne Ingersoll now? Dead as a fucking doornail. Where's Stephen McMillian? Well, he's dead as a doornail. These people are all dead. How about Rory Jepson? Dead as a fucking doornail. How about Janine Barrett? Dead as a fucking doornail. How about Anna Hunka? Dead as a fucking doornail. And I'm not supposed to care about that. I'm supposed to just let it go. No, when people are fucking pursuing you, they're harassing you, they're threatening you, they're threatening to kill your fucking family. Is that something where somebody should have to fucking beg people to kill them? Should it get to the point that that person is begging people to fucking kill them? And then you want to fucking hate me because I'm negative. Because these people fucking tortured me psychologically, physically, financially, until I was begging people to fucking kill me. But then these very same people want to go, oh, well, you pushed Natalie to suicide. No, the fuck I didn't. She pushed me to suicide, and she had a lot of fucking help doing it. And that includes every single person that I went to for help. Every single person I went to for help did the things, you guys got to see that list, the things you are not supposed to fucking do. When someone comes to you for help, when someone is being abused, and you get to see with all of these idiots, every fucking one of them, Every single one, like clockwork, did exactly the things you're trained not to do. Now, apparently, there's this email with Natalie. I haven't heard it. I asked the lady to hook me up with the link to it and the approximate time if it's in a video. That way I can figure out what the fuck they're even talking about. Like, there is so much stuff on the internet that people tell me about, and I go and I look it up. I'm like, yeah, you guys got that shit wrong. Where the fuck did you hear that? Come to find out, it's usually from somebody like Mike Boudet. Or, of course, one of these cops who couldn't do their jobs, and I'm not allowed to show anything in court, but they can fucking slander me to the media to this day. And use the term mentally ill to deprive me of my rights. Now, when you look at the situation with Megan Misigatis or Marcia Estrada, obviously they were both very well aware of the situation well beforehand. Long time before I ever had to blackmail them into telling the fucking truth. That shouldn't be fucking necessary. If it's not your job, tell the fucking public it's not your job. If I'm being fucking victimized because you are not sharing that information, because you are withholding that information, because you are saying it won't do any fucking good, you've made zero effort and you have intentionally created a safety issue for me that is impassable at that point. Is it my fault that Kara Johnson Miles lied to me? Is it my fault that her and the Bollingers played a bunch of fucked up head games? Are their decisions my fault? You say, oh, well, Sean, you get to decide how you react. You know what? I did react the right way. The right way. The first reaction that I had was to ask them to fucking stop. The second reaction I had was to go to my friends to ask for help. The third reaction I had was to go to fucking law enforcement. Now, why are those the reactions that I had? Because as a kid, that's what they fucking taught us. All through the 80s and the 90s. If you're being fucking bullied, here's what you do. It doesn't fucking work. You ask your fucking predator, your fucking bully. Natalie Bollinger was my bully. She's the one that spread those fucking rumors to begin with. When they got out of hand, she didn't want to take any fucking responsibility. She wanted to play fucking victim like she was being fucking stalked. She wanted to say that I was slandering her name and call me mentally ill so people wouldn't fucking look. Now let's take a look at that so-called slander. There's the email that she sent me in 2016. If that's slander, it's slander that came from her fucking words. Her fucking email. Her! It came from her. Now what else is there? Oh yeah, there's her heroin addiction. Not just in our messages between each other, but also after she was dead. Her autopsy report. What does it say? A lethal dose of fucking heroin in her system. Now, she was a long-term addict. There is no guarantee that what she had in her system would fucking kill her. No guarantee at all. But that very same amount for a male 3 times her size who's trying it for the first time, yeah, probably fucking kill him. I shouldn't have had to go to police because police victimize us more than anyone else. There are 5 times the amount of hate crimes against the homeless than all other hate crimes combined in the United States. That is not counting police interactions. And you need to consider the fact that 81% of those incarcerated nationwide were homeless when arrested. That includes the majority of the black people who are incarcerated. That includes the majority of the white people who are incarcerated. That includes the majority of the brown people who are incarcerated. You want to say it's a race thing, only marginally. If you see somebody with a backpack on their back walking through your town and he's not got the prettiest, cleanest clothes, you're going to assume hobo. He's probably broke. He probably ain't got the money for a civil lawyer, and the cops know that. That's why they target those people in specific. But if that homeless person has a vehicle like me and they can take their backpack off and put it in the vehicle, put on some nice duds and walk around, people can't tell you from a hobo. They can't tell you from a person who lives in a rich house. You're just a person at that point. A black person cannot take off their skin and put it in the trunk of their car. So, yes, I absolutely 100% acknowledge the fact that a black person is a target regardless. See, black skin shows poverty. What is the likelihood that a black man is making the equal pay of a white man? It's not very likely. It's not. Oh my God. Also, supporting LGBT or supporting the black community doesn't mean that you support the criminals within it. That asshole in Cheyenne, Wyoming that wanted to be a fucking dickhead because he doesn't like homeless people, well, he's fucking queer as a $3 bill. You know what queer means? It doesn't mean what you think it means. Strange, odd, warped, or fucking different. That's what queer means. Strange, odd, warped, or different. I am queer. I am absolutely queer. People call me a weirdo all the time. Why? Because to them, I'm strange and unusual. I'm not like them. I'm not as pretty as them. I'm not superficial like them. So, to most of the population, I am queer. And I'm fine with that. Now, that guy in Starbucks, is his homosexuality the reason that I call him queer? Absolutely not. He didn't take advantage of me or pull that bullshit that he pulled because he's gay. He pulled that because he's an asshole. If he did it because he's gay, then that would mean that every gay person is like that, and obviously not every gay person is like that. The thing that makes him queer is that it's strange that somebody who wants to be, who is a part of a group that is fighting for equality, fighting to be treated like human beings, fighting for equal rights, does not want those rights for somebody else. That he has so much hatred and contempt for the homeless that he refuses to see them as human beings and is willing to go out of his way to outright do immoral things to harm and damage that homeless person in a place that's supposed to be a safe place. Starbucks safe place policy. Now, of course, what that man did was fucking cruel as shit. And of course, is it or is it not queer for somebody who is, well, claiming that they are marginalized and it's not fair and that they want equality, but are they giving equality? Much like many of these women who want to say that men are pigs, all men think about is sex, and then you're posting up about wanting your guts squished, or you're posting up a half-naked picture of Jason Momoa, or you're posting up pictures of firemen with no shirts on saying you wish that your house would burn down. What the fuck? No, that's not fucking equality. The Me Too, Me Too, Me Too movement is a bunch of goddamn Pomeranians. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. You better go to the back of the bus. You're not the right color to be a victim. You need to go to the back of the bus. You're not the right gender to be a victim. Well, fuck you. You're a piece of shit. And I don't believe for one moment you have ever been victimized. I don't. I think you're full of shit. I think you're jumping onto the Me Too, Me Too, Me Too bandwagon because it's popular. You fucking pieces of shit. Now where the fuck is that email, or sorry, that voicemail that apparently I sent Natalie? I do want to hear it.